Hello, you fellow viewers! Welcome to today's episode on validation, attunement, and approval. I'm River, and this is River's Flow. We can use all three of these, but for years I believed that seeking validation meant I was weak. I thought it meant I was needy, insecure, or somehow behind everyone else who seemed to float through life without needing anything from anyone. The truth is, that wasn't my voice. It was a cultural script I inherited. The one that worships self-sufficiency and shames human need. The day I realized that was not too long ago, and everything shifted. Not because I stopped wanting validation, but because I stopped treating it like a character flaw. I asked myself, is seeking meaningful human connection the same as seeking validation? Because on the inside I was feeling like they were similar things. But in my mind, I could hear two things fighting for a voice. Two different nervous system signatures. Seeking meaningful human connection comes from a desire for mutuality, a sense of we-ness, a being with versus being evaluated, a type of co-regulation, resonance, companionship, and inner standing. Not trying to be approved of, but trying to be known. In these interactions, I am shared with, a little more unified than I was before. I have a desire for confirmation. Am I okay? Am I right? Am I enough? I sense this being tied to self-doubt, past relational wounds, and chronic misattunement. Here, I reach for safety over connection. It becomes about reassurance instead of being known. It is in these spaces I find out what I need to feel safe, and less about how to forge human connectedness. So then, is seeking validation something to avoid? I'm realizing validation is a need, not a flaw like I've been led to believe. We are relational creatures, right? Our nervous systems co-regulate through being seen, mirrored, and understood. Infants can't survive without it, and adults don't magically outgrow that wiring. Maybe then validation becomes harmful when it is the only way we feel safe or grounded. Seeking validation gets framed as toxic if we are abandoning our own needs to get approval, or when we chase attention because we feel empty. Or maybe we are stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and reassurance. What these three patterns have in common is deprivation, not validation itself. When I don't feel accurately seen, mirrored, or attuned to, I start chasing scraps, breadcrumbs. I am seeking attunement in places that cannot offer it. But if I can find containers that offer what I have been starved for, it becomes nutritional, and I begin to fill in the deficits. The difference between validation for safety and validation that supports growth. The toxic loop is when my nervous system gets stuck in a cycle of reach, hope, misattunement, panic, and then reach again. Seeking regulation in places that can't provide it on repeat. The system keeps trying to fix the wound by returning to the source of the wound. But the longing underneath is still healthy, because the longing is for resonance, attunement, shared reality, co-regulation, accurate mirroring, in connection that doesn't distort me. These are nutritional needs. People who have never been chronically misunderstood will often mislabel survival strategies. And instead of seeing repair seeking, it is labeled as validation seeking. And then this is translated as weakness, character flaw, immaturity, and something that needs fixing. Attunement and approval can look similar from the outside, but internally they move from different places. My hands are tingling right now. Attunement meets me accurately in the same emotional reality. Approval evaluates where I am coming from. Attunement brings connection and sharedness into my heart space. Approval draws a hierarchical line that divides and raises tensions. Attunement says, I see you as you are. Approval says, you're good because I said so. These land very different in the body. My body is buzzing right now. I feel attunement when my breath drops, my shoulders soften, and I feel less alone and more like myself. My creativity opens and relational clarity increases. This is the most nourishing. I feel validation when I am relieved and stop spiraling. When my mind quiets, if I feel more anchored in my experience, this is stabilizing. I feel approval when relief is temporary, or I feel like I did it right. I am monitoring myself in relation to an external reference. The relief fades quickly here, and I lose deeper signals. This is the least nourishing, but still human. So, attunement feeds connection, validation feeds clarity, approval feeds insecurity. I am not trying to eliminate any of these. I am learning to recognize which one is speaking so I can respond with precision instead of shame. Something we could all do with a little less of. Yes. The more I learn about my own system, the more I see I haven't been chasing approval. I have been chasing accurate mirroring, chasing shared reality, chasing attunement. This longing isn't toxic, it's natural and human and okay. And that's what we are doing here in these spaces. Co-creating this shared energetic space. Godspeed and source willing. May we open our hearts and free our souls together. I'm River, and thank you for being here with me today. I hope to engage with you in the next one, and also in the comments or private message.